You tell me your dad is white, I'm like, yeah, no shit, I can see your haircut. Like, this is easy math, you know what I'm saying? I tell somebody my dad is white, and they're like, wow. Hey man, how black is your mom? Don't do that, don't. I'll fight your ass, bro. Don't ask me that shit. She's a very normal amount of black, okay, white people. She's like 2 steps below Wakanda. It's a beautiful thing. I love her. I love her to death, man. I love growing up with a white dad. It was cool. He was always there. He never left. It was interesting. It took my black friends off guard. Like, he answered the door and shit. They're like, yo, James, who's that white dude that answered your door? I was like, that's my dad. No, for real. Who? You got a butler? You doing that well? You got a butler, nigga?
Drive-in show. That's where, as a comedian, you perform your jokes for a bunch of Kia Sorrentos. And when they like a joke, they go, honk! Honk, 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 honk! Honk! You know, the universal sound for fuck you and you get the fuck out of here! Move, move!
Trying to help out my community, right? Like, here's what I did. My girlfriend, she is white. I did that for the culture, okay? Just because we all saw it last year, white women getting kind of wild, calling the cops on black and brown people for no reason. So it's like, okay, if I get one, then that's just me keeping one off the street.
Murder me. I keep reading about them abducting women, so I just get into the car as heinously as possible. Anyone else? I'm just like, what's up? Oh, you like hamsters? It itches. I don't know why. Just anything to make the driver be like, okay, yeah, maybe the next one. Wow.
You've never been to therapy. When you first walk in, they tell you, hey, just so you know, whatever is said in this room stays in this room. And I remember hearing that going, not if I was a therapist. How do you just listen to all that juicy gossip all day and then go home to your family like, I can't? How do you do that? How do you go home and make them watch 90 Day Fiancé knowing that you heard way better stuff at the office for 8 hours? Like, my therapist knows I'm a comedian. Like, I have videos online. She never goes home, has a couple bottles of wine, and pulls up one of my videos, shows her husband, like, hey, you want to know the backstory to this joke? Little director's cut? Who wouldn't want a little of that?
I do have diabetes. Anybody else? Fucking nobody here has diabetes? Sorry, I thought this was happening in America. It's not that bad to have. There's advantages, you know? It's the best excuse on earth. A couple of years ago, I tried to get out of jury duty, right? Because there's 2 ways you get out of jury duty. The first thing they ask you is if you're having a hardship. So I was like, boom, beaties, I'm out. But I figured that wouldn't work because I don't look like I have it, because I don't have the kind you get from cake. So the judge asked me, is there any reason you can't be on this jury? I don't know what the fuck came over me, but I just looked at him, and I was just like, well, Your Honor, it has recently come to my attention that despite only having 5% of the world's population, the United States has 25% of the incarcerated inmates, many of whom are nonviolent drug offenders. And a disproportionate percentage to our population are African American and Latino males. But regardless of race, if you're in prison before you went in there, you were probably poor. So if you were to look at it from a distance, this courthouse doesn't feel like a place of justice. This is the beginning to a system that is an unintended yet extremely effective internment camp for undesirables. And I think that you and that everybody that works here should be fucking ashamed of yourselves. Yeah! Also, I have a dentist's appointment tomorrow.
Do public service announcements up top. This one is a public service announcement for all the white guys out there. For real. If a white girl smoked Newports, she's ours now, okay? That is our girl. You lost her, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? Ours. The next one, though, is for all the black guys out there. We got to step it up because black women are adventurous now. Yeah, black women like to go on nature hikes and shit now. They like to go rock climbing. They like to go kayaking and stuff like that. Black women out here chasing waterfalls. They ain't sticking to the rivers and the lakes that they used to. They are not. It's crazy.
There's a saying here. It goes like, don't go to the grocery store on an empty stomach, right? Because you end up buying too much. We all know. We have a similar saying where I'm from. It goes like this. Don't go to the bulk food store if you've ever had a communist dictator. Yeah. Because you end up buying too much. Oh no.
This is how good an algorithm TikTok has. I got one video of a comic, and then I scrolled down. The second video was just a large-breasted Hooters waitress in a half shirt jumping up and down on a trampoline in slow motion. And I was like, I'm going to see where this goes. I was locked in at that point. The next, 8 videos were just the same thing with increasingly large-breasted women. Honestly, they know me, They know me so... They know me, I have an Apple Watch. This thing's been listening to my heartbeat for 5 years. And it doesn't know me at all. Because every night, that thing comes up with a message, and it says, you can still do it. No, I cannot do it. I had breakfast at Cheesecake Factory, and my edible just kicked in. I have logged off for the evening. I'm not even going to change the channel, and the remote is right there.
One of the great parts of diabetes is that occasionally you get to have a cookie as medicine. I never have a cookie, though. I always have a Milky Way. One time I had to go to Ireland, right? Because what happened is my father passed away. So what we did is we cremated him, right? And then we flew to Ireland, and then went to a small town called Cashel, and then we spread his ashes into a river. Despite his express wishes. He kept saying something like, I'm Greek, or something. Anyway, we spread the ashes, right? Then I'm over there for a week. I have a little vacay. Over that time, I get diabetes dizzy. I go into a convenience store where there were no Milky Ways. Like, fuck, no Milky Ways. The woman behind the counter says, actually, we do have them. It's just over here, they're called Mars bars. And it's true. In Europe, Milky Way, it's a Mars bar. Different things are called different things in different places. Did you guys know what we call Mountain Dew Code Red is actually called water in Flint, Michigan?
I like to watch nature documentaries, often with men. I think it's like a fun test. Because you can take a second and turn from the screen and say something like, okay, wait, so if we were baking in the savannah and you were that mongoose, would you sort of pick at me like I was a piece of fallen, rotting fruit? Or would you ravish me and knock me about like a giant snail? And then he's like, thanks for coming into Best Buy.
Ukrainian President Zelensky, he's a cool guy. Before he was the president, he was a comedian. That gives me hope. One day I may take power. They get to have a cool president, though. They have a small country. We have a fucking huge country, so we're stuck with fucking cheese pizza. Like, you ever been to a high school lunch or like a big pizza party? Like, you're pretty much stuck with cheese or pepperoni. That's what we've had for 250 years. Just cheese, sprinkle a little pepperoni. In 2008, we got a Hawaiian pizza. Half the country went apeshit. So much so that the next president ended up being some kind of pumpkin calzone. I don't know what the fuck we got now, but it's certainly overcooked.
I'm a liberal guy, but we do some stupid shit. One liberal thing I can never get behind: body positivity. I cannot get behind that. You guys know what that is? It's this ridiculous idea that everyone, no matter what your shape or size, everyone in the world is sexy. We're all beautiful in our own way. Are you kidding me? I've never walked on the train and been like, wall-to-wall hotties today. They should call this the 10 train. If everyone in the world's so fucking hot, why can't I ever get hard? If everyone in this crowd's so fucking sexy, why am I soft? If everyone's so hot, why do I only dream about my sister?